is this? Man, I got these cheeseburgers, man! Please, man!
Every 23 years for 23 days, this immortal being comes out of hibernation to harvest organs from humans. Even though he's this powerful supernatural being, his body is weak and rots away, so he has to constantly hunt people down to replace his limbs. Also, he has this weird fetish of smelling and sniffing people. The film begins with two siblings named Trish and Derry traveling home from college for spring break, driving through the countryside of Florida. Suddenly, an old truck comes speeding aggressively and beeps at them to get out the way. After some road rage, the truck finally passes them and the two are left feeling unsettled and confused. They later stumble onto the same truck parked next to an abandoned church, with the driver dumping what appears to be bodies wrapped in blood-stained sheets into a large pipe sticking out of the ground. Like idiots, both Trish and Derry can't mind their business and are caught being nosy by the creeper who jumps in his truck and runs them off the road.
Damn!
After this incident, Derry suggests that they should go back to the church to help whoever was dumped down the hole.
What?
Somehow he convinces Trish to go back and they begin to investigate. This is probably one of the stupidest things you could do in this situation. You have no weapons, no phone to call the cops, and your car barely even works now. There's a lot of red flags here. What if the creeper pulls up with an AK-47? Then what you gonna do, Derry?
You stupid!
Upon investigating, Derry claims that he heard a noise coming from within the pipe and crawls inside with Trish holding onto his feet. Suddenly, Derry freaks out, causing Trish to accidentally drop him, and he falls to the bottom of the pipe. Inside, he finds a man in a body bag with stitches running down his stomach and hundreds of corpses sewn to the basement's walls and ceiling. He then tells Trish to go find help, but all she does is stand in front of the church without a care. I understand they're in the middle of nowhere, but at least try something.
Somebody!
After a while, Derry manages to get out and just stares at Trish like a weirdo.
I see you.
The two then flee the scene and drive to a diner, demanding to use the phone to call the cops. Suddenly the phone rings and it's this strange lady telling them that they are in danger. She then plays them this song.
These bitches lost souls.
The song she plays them is called Jeepers Creepers. She states that one of them will die screaming while listening to that song. Confused and paranoid about the situation, Derry hangs up on her and waits for the cops to come to make a report. While speaking to the cops, a lady points out that somebody was breaking into their car and was sniffing their clothes.
Sniffing that laundry. Looked like he was liking it too.
After the cops witness this incident, they decide to escort them out of town to reach their destination safely. While driving, the cops hear something land on top of their car and one of them pokes their head out like a dumbass and gets yeeted. After taking out both cops, the creeper then picks up one of the officers' heads and begins to make out with it. Witnessing what just happened, Trish and Derry drive off in terror. They end up driving to this old lady's house begging her for a phone. After agreeing to let them use the phone, the creeper shows up and unalives the old lady before revealing his inhumane face to Trish and Derry. Terrified, they both get in the car and drive off, but the creeper jumps in front and begins to pull some sick ninja moves, jumping over the car. Irritated about the situation, Trish then tricks the creeper so that he can get closer and then aggressively runs him over.
Die!
Derry then stops her thinking that it's dead, but soon discover that the thing has giant wings and are left terrified. The pair leave and drive to a local police station, where they are approached by the lady who called them earlier at the diner. She tells them the creeper is an ancient creature that wakes up for 23 days every 23 years to eat humans and replace his rotting body parts with new ones. She also tells them that it seeks out its victims through fear, and by smelling the fear from Trish and Derry, it has found something it likes.
I like you, and I want you.
The creeper then pulls up to the police station and turns off the power. It then devours several prisoners to heal itself. After a standoff, the creeper takes down several officers and gets away. Trapped in the station, the lady warns Trish and Derry that one of them is doomed to die a horrible death. Derry demands to know who it wants, but receives no answer from the lady. At that moment, the creeper shows up and both Trish and Derry run off while the weird lady stays back for whatever reason. She then drops to her knees and begins to pray only for the creeper to grab her and sniff her.
Hey, how you doing, little mama? Let me whisper in your ear.
He spares her and chases Trish and Derry upstairs where he corners them in a room. After sniffing them, the creeper throws Trish and chooses Derry.
Gotcha, bitch!
The police officers rush in with gear and guns but do nothing to help Derry. They don't even attempt to shoot the creeper in the head or leg, they just stand there like idiots. Trish then desperately begs the creeper to let him go and to take her instead, but the creeper escapes out of a window and flies away with Derry. The next day, Trish is obviously traumatized about what happened to Derry but survives and gets to go home. Unfortunately for Derry, he goes out just like the weird lady described, alone and screaming while listening to that Jeepers Creepers song. We get a glimpse of him during the classic ending as the creeper looks at us through his empty eye sockets. Being one of my favorite movies, I can honestly say that this is a great film to watch. It has its scary moments here and there, but also a lot of stupid and funny moments too. Like when Derry decides to be a hero and goes back to the church only for him to fall in and come out scared shitless looking like a dumbass.
My name is Jeff.
Hope you guys like this video. If you want to support the channel, make sure you like and subscribe, and hit that bell icon if you're a real one.
My nigga.
See y'all next time.